What's going on, Guardians? Briar Rabbit here. Welcome to Shard It or Keep It, the series where I am making an argument both for and against dismantling an item, and you make the decision. This week, we'll be making the big decision for the exotic auto rifle, Monte Carlo. But first, let's take a look at the results from last week's weapon, Treads Upon Stars. Treads Upon Stars is a legendary scout rifle that is a random drop when defeating Cabal-themed strike bosses. The weapon's look and feel may be very familiar to Year 1 raiders, as they are very similar to the Vault of Glass weapon, Vision of Confluence. Unlike the Vision, however, the perks on this weapon are random. Mine has Crowd Control, grants bonus damage for a short time after a kill. Hand-laid stock to massively boost stability while having almost no noticeable effect on range, and reactive reload grants another damage boost after reloading. Not too shabby, this gun is very often doing more than its base damage. So why would we dismantle this gift from the Cabal? Well, in PvE, it's a solid gun. Two separate perks that increase damage are great, but the Scout Rifle class is filled with badass weaponry right now. Hung Jury, Doom of Kelchis, Mida, even the Jade Rabbit can all mount strong arguments for use over this weapon. And in PvP play, it's much the same. Other scouts can kill faster if all the shots land for crits, and as we all know, time to kill wins gunfights. But there are some reasons to keep the treads. In PvE, it is a reliable killer, and those two damage boost perks seem to always be activating, meaning this weapon is deadly against the minions of darkness. Maybe there are better scouts for certain situations, but there is no better scout for all situations. And in PvP, this gun has something very subtle for it going as well. While it can't compete with the fast time to kill scouts when scoring headshots, it actually surpasses them when scoring body shots. In fact, the body shot time to kill is a fast 1.33 seconds. Compare that to the 1.5 seconds of the Mida multi-tool or the 1.6 seconds of the Jade Rabbit. What I'm getting at is the Treads is a very reliable weapon. Even if you miss a headshot or two, your time to kill will still be respectable, and you may win the gunfight, especially if you're getting extra damage from crowd control or reactive reload. So those were my arguments, and as usual, you guys had a lot to add. Meta said, shard it. There's just so many other scout rifles to use, it's not worth it. Zero said, keep it. This is without a doubt one of the better scout rifles in the game, even more so when you get a good roll on one. And Emerald Shine said, Destiny is like an avocado. If you poke a turtle, a street lamp turns purple. Damn, that's deep, bro. In the end, with 481 votes for Keep It and only 196 votes for Shard It, the Treads Upon Stars keeps its place in the vault. The Monte Carlo is an exotic auto rifle first introduced in Vanilla Destiny as a PlayStation exclusive weapon. In Year 2, along with the release of the Taken King, it was added to the loot pool for Xbox players as well, and along with other auto rifles, also saw some subtle tweaks. The gun is a mid-rate of fire, mid-impact auto with decent range, okay stability, a fast reload speed, average aim assistance, and a slowish equip speed. Perks include a choice between CQB ballistics for reduced recoil and a penalty to range, smart drift control for predictable and controllable recoil but a penalty to range, and my favorite, aggressive ballistics for more predictable recoil, enhanced impact, and shorter range and more recoil. Quick note, I generally stick with aggressive ballistics on this because it does measurably up the damage each bullet does. But if you're having trouble scoring headshots, check out Smart Drift Control. It may lower your theoretical time to kill, but boost your actual time to kill. Next, we have Hipfire, granting bonus accuracy when firing from the hip, a choice between high caliber rounds to increase the odds of staggering opponents but slowing weapon handling, Send It, increasing range and accuracy, but slowing handling and decreasing ammo capacity. This is what I recommend for PvP. And Field Scout to increase carried ammo capacity, a good pick for PvE play. Finally, the exotic perk, the Monte Carlo method. Dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. So let's get into this by starting with the arguments for dismantling this exotic. What the fuck is that giant blade on the front? Look, Bungo, if you're going to put a big ass Guardian Cleaver right on the tip of this thing, you goddamn better let me use it. I mean, I'm running around with a gun that's 50% blade, has an exotic perk centered around letting me melee more frequently, and you don't let me stab nobody? Mega fail, just mega fucking fail. Also, in PvP, this gun just isn't quite good enough to make it into a real loadout. The time to kill is just too slow, 0.9 seconds if all shots land for crits, and 1.2 seconds if all land to the body, loses a lot of gunfights. Compare that to the Doctrine of Passing, 0.8 seconds for crits and 1 second flat for all body shots. Frankly, the Monte Carlo is not in the same league. And that 0.9 seconds is with aggressive ballistics. If you feel like you need a bit more stability, and you very well might, that time goes up to 1 second real quick. That just ain't gonna cut it in a fair fight against much of anything. And speaking of perks, there are just too many hard choices. Smart drift control, aggressive ballistics, high caliber rounds, Send It. They all have severe trade-offs that really do impact the performance of this weapon. It's like Sophie's Choice trying to gear up for battle with this thing. And it hurts too. This weapon just never seems to want to help you out. The stability will cause most players to miss some shots. The aim assist is low and you can feel that. Its swap speed feels sluggish. It just never feels exotic. But it ain't all bad. There are some pluses, significant ones. The first being that exotic perk. The Monte Carlo method is constantly recharging your melee. Like sticking knives to opponents' faces, do it more with the Monte Carlo. Like having a flame shield, have it more often with the Monte Carlo. When using this weapon, you will seemingly always have a melee charge ready, especially if used in conjunction with a piece of armor that gives you 2 of them. You'll be the melee king of the Crucible, and depending on your playstyle, that can be very useful. It's fun in PvE as well. The overshield is just as good here, and always having a melee that gives you extra damage or explodes everything in sight, yeah, that can be okay too. And I absolutely love the sight on this weapon. It perfectly frames your target with very little obstruction. It's simple and functional, just like I want it. In PvE, I do really enjoy this weapon. On a Warlock with Bloom, you really do see how effective this weapon can be. It's fun to use, beautiful, and the time to kill just doesn't matter as much. But in PvP, unless this weapon gets a damage buff, I just don't like it. I feel like I lose too many gunfights because of it. The exotic perk is awesome, but for me just doesn't make up for a weapon that kills faster and is easier to use and is legendary like a Doctrine of Passing. So that's what I think, but this isn't about what I think, is it? This one is up to you. Do you think that this is a hidden gem of Destiny's Crucible, or just another in a long list of forgettable exotics? Let me know in the comments below. Simply write "shard it" or "keep it," and in the next episode, I will act upon your recommendation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.